You can create from this pivot table, you can create pivot charts also. You see here pivot chart. So under the pivot table tools options, you have the pivot chart. Note that if you are using MS Excel 2013, you will find that instead of option here you will have analyze. Okay, so you have analyze, and inside that you have the pivot chart. So you can say option or analyze pivot chart, whatever the chart you may want to get. So this is one way to get the chart. So what you have is 1 to 30, 31 to 60. You can see that how is the distribution. Right? Now what you are seeing in this chart, you are saying sum of purchase, count of purchase, values, okay, duration. So you can select duration. Let's say suppose I want to select only these 3 duration. So this chart is kind of a dynamic chart. You can, as per your requirement, you can put these values and it will become a dynamic chart, right? But many times you may not want to get this dynamic chart done, right? So if you do not want this dynamic chart, what you can do over here is you have to remove this. Okay, so how I can remove? So if I remove this field, see the chart gets distorted. Okay, so you cannot remove the field by, let's say, removing these values over here. See, if I remove this field, the chart is gone, right? What you can see here, you have, if you go to analyze, okay, you have field buttons. So you have field list and field buttons. You click on the field buttons. See, you have all this show report, filter, legend, axis. Let's say suppose you say hide all. Okay, so what has happened is now it will not have any values. Okay, so it is just giving you the values of with 1 to 30 what is the revenue, right? Count of purchase, if you do not want, you can remove that also. So if you do not want, you can delete that also. Right? So you have now much better way. If you want to add any field, if you just, let's say suppose you want to add only, let's see, you want to add only duration, you want to have that capability of changing. So you can use this duration filter over here and you can keep on changing. It is up to you, right? Note that this field list, it is showing these values. So that is the idea. Right? So you can refresh. Note that it is one of the good thing about the pivot table, pivot chart is that it is dynamic in nature. You can, this data may be coming live from database or it may be coming from website and it will get dynamically updated. That is the best part about this pivot charts and pivot tools. Okay, right? Note that the way we had done in chart, you can do all this formatting of the charts also here. So all the formatting of the chart can be done similar to the way we have discussed earlier. So you can also make it changes. So that chart part will remain on this pivot chart. Right? So this pivot chart idea was that you can create chart out of the data that you are going to get. Right? So that is a very useful tool. So what we have learned till now is what is a pivot table, how pivot table can be used to summarize the data, can be used to filter the data. That is a very, very important point. Okay, and it doesn't matter whatever, Excel nowadays can handle huge data size, so you don't worry about the data size.